So making your money work for you, you can't outwork inflation.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on people just, this is the way I wanted to put it. Like, I think when we earn 60,000, we go up to earning 65. And I know this is harder than ever right now, but keep on living off of the 60 and don't automatically add those things that are going to eat up the additional. Put some saving and investing priority before we are going to be upgrading our lifestyle in a way that is not going to benefit us in the long term. And then we move up to 70, still push to keep living off of the 60. And with that, I think with today, the way things are going with the increases to healthcare and car insurance and groceries that we've been impacted with over the last few years, I think we need to really prioritize getting our budgets back in balance to handle those things and be ready for increases to our needs before we put more money to wants. And then when the needs increase, then obviously we need to handle those things. And then what happens? You're never giving yourself a chance to increase your savings and investing. So what are your thoughts on making your money work for you? What do you give us a formula?
I don't know, really no. Honestly, if there's a real hard and fast formula, I just think you have to look for the things that deplete your money, like what are poking holes in your budget? What is stopping you from saving and investing and things like that, and making sure that you are, like you said, planning for the increases of everything that's going on. So it's really making plans, and also not wasting. I'm heavy on not wasting. Like, and you really don't pay attention a lot to wasting, but I remember when I started looking at my budget about, simple things like go to work, going get a coffee, go get this, get that, just little things, get a bottle of water. And if you do that every time you go to work, that adds up. But if you have plans and carried maybe your own coffee or your own drinks and snacks or pack your lunch, it will be a considerable amount of money that you can add to, the inflation increases.
Yes, yes. Every little bit counts. And yeah, when you think about it, those things can add up, especially if you leave the house often. So I'm usually one with the morning. I'm usually too lazy and in a time crunch to spend the money, but later on in the day, lunchtime, yeah, that's probably when those money leaks can kind of inch in, when I'm more willing to take the time to do it. So I like Daryl's comment here. He said when he met his wife, he started putting $25 a paycheck into a joint account, and that was their first step into building trust on having money together. What do
Hmm.
you think about that?
Oh, I like that plan. I like that
Yeah.
plan a lot. I think it's a good idea.
I was on with Tashika recently, and we touched on the topic of couples and finance and having your money combined or separate. Can you share a little bit on your thoughts about that? Especially, there's everyone's relationship is different. You might get started off in your 20s and you both have student loan debt and you're very transparent with each other. And then, you're with each other for years and years to come. But you might come together in your 50s later in life and have everything has been separate to that point. Can you give a little bit of insight on just how you think couples, whether it's a romantic relationship or if you even say you even live with your sister or your kids, whatever it is, on, okay, how do we what is it going to look like when no one in this household is able to go to work anymore? What are
Right.
we doing? What is everybody doing in their personal finances, even
Mhm.
if it's not combined, in order to make sure that this household can continue to run the way it is when there isn't that full paycheck? Are you doing something? Is your investments, your pension, whatever, for your Social Security? How are we going to keep this going?
I would say that it's very important to have conversations about financial literacy with whoever it is that you're living with, like you said, whether it's your kids or it's your sibling or it's a spouse or significant other, whatever, whoever it is that you are dealing with when it comes to your money, your income, you need to find out how do they handle money. Do they handle it well? Are they responsible or not? What are some things that you can work on together so that if just if something happens, God forbid something happens to you and you can no longer work, that they're going to be responsible enough to handle it. So having those financial conversations, many people run from it, but it's important to know, like, okay, do you even know how much the bills are? This is how much it is. Having those open conversations and being transparent. Do you pay your bills on time? Do you struggle? Like having real conversations, like where do you struggle when it comes to money? And then I would say then you would make a decision on how the accounts would be, because you already know if somebody is struggling with money, giving them full access to your money, that wouldn't be the best decision. But if you have somebody and they're very responsible, they pay bills on time, then that's a whole different conversation. Now you could maybe put them on. I believe in putting people on the account, but not having a full access. Like, just in case if something happens to me, you can have it, but you can't. You don't have like the cards to use it. If that makes sense, that's how I feel. If you're in a relationship or whoever it is, you should have people on your accounts, but I don't believe in having full access. You would have money separately and then you have an account maybe together.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right. That sounds like a plan, so that maybe the essentials, you know that you're building the investments, the savings, the utilities, the mortgage, those things are handled. And then if there's anything left, you have that in your own independent account. So there's no hard feelings about certain things that you feel you wouldn't want to contribute your hard-earned money
Yeah.
towards.